Hello and welcome to Showstars House. This is a podcast that brings you relevant conversations in the country, conversations that are actually driving the narrative in the name of current affairs. And of course, in the past weeks, there's been a name that has been trending, especially on the social media space, okay, by the name of Kelvin Kaunda. Kelvin Kaunda, for those of you who might not know much about him, is a former Socialist Party's national youth as well as a mobilization official who's actually recently resigned from the political party. Some people have called him a chabinga of the Socialist Party, and others are actually, thinking he could actually be a better president of the SP. But the question is, who really is Kelvin Kaunda? Mr. Kelvin Kaunda, Honorable, is actually on the show with us. So to have a conversation with us and with you out there. Mr. Kaunda, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to feature on your platform.
We appreciate. Now, Mr. Kaunda, for those people who might not know you, these people who have not met you, people who have not followed you, who really is Kelvin Kaunda?
Well, my past has no attraction. In brief, Kelvin Kaunda is a businessman around this country and outside this country. Other than that, man, other than that, and importantly, politician. I think I've served the country as a councillor, and at one when my dear brother Christopher Shafusa was acting as a mayor of the city of Lusaka following the demise of the Lusaka mayor at a time. I was one of those he had given the opportunity to act as a deputy mayor for the greater city of Lusaka. So basically, in a nutshell, that is Kelvin Kaunda. I used to be a member of the PF at a time. I served as the Lusaka province vice youth chairperson, and later on I was elevated to the position of a youth chairperson until I relinquished that position to join the Socialist Party, where I was equally privileged to serve as a national youth chairperson, but also as a member of the political bureau, which is the highest organ in the Socialist Party.
Wonderful. I like the straightforward and brief introduction, which has actually a lot of content in it. I came across reports that you publicly called for leadership renewal in the Socialist Party. I wanted to know how true that information is.
Well, there is no iota of truth in that statement. I think what is true is that I called for a press briefing, and this was a press briefing which had been authorized by the party president of the Socialist Party, Dr. Fred Membe, and we had agreed on the deliverables. And I went ahead and held this press briefing, and he delivered exactly what me and my president in the Socialist Party had agreed upon.
Your president at the time?
Yes, the president at the time, because I'm no longer a member of the Socialist Party, as you may be aware. Yes. And by the time I was finishing with the press briefing, things were taken out of context. A false narrative had been taken out, and so many things happened in that moment. So there was never a moment during my press briefing when I called for a change of leadership within the Socialist Party.
I would like to ask, what are some of the things that were said that could have been misunderstood?
Look, there was nothing to misunderstand in the first place, because the record is out there. The script I was reading from is out there, is in public domain. It's basically people had an agenda to try and drive a certain narrative so that they can discredit me. That's what was there. If you look at in rumors, And I have no doubt in my mind that
When you say our leaders believed in rumors, you mean Fred Membe believed in rumors?
yes. He believed in the rumors. I mean, he said it himself when Emmanuel Mwamba verified that they were. When after the press briefing and when that statement went out, there were a couple of rumors, and kept on receiving. People kept on calling him here and there, and so on and so forth. In that moment, I think he must have believed the rumors that he was getting, and he didn't want to wait until until he was able to verify the information he was receiving, and himself did submit during his interview on Emmanuel Mwamba's verified platform.
Yes, yes.
That I think, to some extent, they acted on the basis of the rumors they had received, or the information they had received, which had not been verified.
So when the rumors came out, was there any effort in terms of maybe them reaching out to you or you reaching out to them to talk in private? Because what I saw is I heard him on radio, and obviously I also saw some statements flying around. Was there any effort to verify or to have a conversation or to sort this thing out privately from both sides, your end, look, also on their end?
One thing which is true is that immediately after the press briefing, Dr. Fred Membe contacted me.
He contacted you?
Yes.
Okay.
And what failed us was a poor network. We were not able to have a constructive conversation around what was subsisting, or around the issues which were around the narrative which had been created. And instead of waiting until we have some physical, a meeting, I don't know what happened, whether he was under pressure or what. I mean, I can't really understand. Whilst I was trying to organize myself and maybe get to a space where he was, I saw some communication from his office to the effect that had been dropped. Later on, I think through a third party, I managed to talk to him, and he was asking me where I was and if he could follow me. But then I think I was not in the best. I was not in my very best of my mind at that moment, because look, one moment I needed to deal with this narrative which has been taken out, which was of course a false narrative. Second moment, I just been dropped. The next thing I'm seeing is the president reaching out. Okay, can we meet? Where are you? So I decided to shun away that meeting because I wanted to be sure that I was in the. I mean, I was in the best
state of mind.
Yes, yeah, I was in the best state of mind. I didn't want to get to meet him. I mean, and using emotions, perhaps I was going to say a lot of things. In the end, I'll be put on the wrong side of history. So because of that, and that's the only reason why, I did not meet him on that particular day. Was this the same day? Yeah, that was the same day, yes. But that's not to say I was
So the same day in the morning you had a press briefing, later on he tried to call you, the network failed you. Which network is this?
Of course it was Airtel.
Airtel failed you. And then later on you found
a few minutes later
you saw the communication that you've been dropped.
Yeah, later on.
And then later on there was an effort from him to meet you.
Exactly.
After, okay, so then you said okay, I see. Let's talk about the confidence you have in him leading the Socialist Party into 2026 elections.
Look, I joined the Socialist Party because I had a lot of confidence in the leadership of the Socialist Party. And it goes without saying that during my period in Socialist Party, I've learned quite a lot from Dr. Fred Membe, as well as from Dr. Cosmas Musomari. These are leaders who are knowledgeable in their own disciplines. They are experienced. They have seen many years. And I don't regret the fact that I had spent my last 4 years in the Socialist Party. I think I've left Socialist Party as a better person in one way or the other. Better in a sense that I've picked a couple of lessons. Some of the things I've had to learn from these two leaders, I could not have learned them from any institution of higher learning. And for that, I'm very grateful.
Are you confident that Fred Membe is a right candidate to lead the Socialist Party into 2026 general elections and be able to cause havoc for the UPND?
Well, like any other human being,
or
he
you think he may, the party can do better?
Look, like any other human being, like any one of us, we have our own strength and our own weakness. If he works on his own weaknesses, I have no doubt that he's a good leader.
What are some of the weaknesses that you've noticed that you think he may need to work on?
Maybe it's not for me to discuss those weaknesses in public. I will have my own time where I'll be able to engage him, because we are not enemies. We may not